Peroni Nastro Azzuro.
Life is too short to be drinking shitty beer.
Welcome to another edition of Bands, Bikes and Booze Reviews. This is going to be a revisiting video. If you've ever watched the intro to these videos that I do and you see me pulling a funny face and shaking my head, that's because I was drinking or attempting to drink. I didn't drink it. It was a skunked bottle of Peroni that I got from around the corner. And it was disgusting. I don't even know why I drank it. I should never have done it. But that review's up there as well if you want to put yourself through it. But I managed to go in there today and I found that they had a box of Peroni, 4 Peronis, in that cardboard box. So effectively it's protected from the light. If you're not sure what skunked means, or light struck or anything like that, I'll quickly mention it now. But I want to do a whole episode on light struck beer and how it happens and what actually happens, the chemical reaction, etc, etc. I'm not going to do that here, but I'm just going to quickly explain what it is. If you have a green bottle or a clear bottle and you leave it out facing the sun or under the lights in a fridge or whatever, that green bottle or that clear bottle will not absorb the UV from this light, and that UV will react with the hops. There's a certain ingredient in there, it's part of the vitamin B complex that reacts with the light, and it produces a chemical which is the same chemical that comes out of a skunk's arse. It sounds disgusting, and it is, believe me. When you smell skunked beer, I'm sure everybody's smelt it. I think most people who drink lagers have got used to the flavour and think that's how lager should taste. It definitely shouldn't. If you drink lager out of a brown bottle, then that's pretty much protected against that sort of chemical reaction. Sometimes if you open up a bottle of lager, especially stuff that's been macro brewed, and you get like a sulphury smell, that is not skunked. That is where the yeast has not had time to, when it reacts and when it's doing its thing, it creates like a sulfur dioxide, I think it's called, and it needs air to basically disperse. It doesn't get that when it's in the tank, and if it goes straight into the bottle, then you get a build up. As soon as you open it, it stinks. Most craft brewers don't have that in their lager. Macro brewers are renowned for it because they just don't give it time for that horrible sulphury smell to escape. It's nothing to worry about. Once the sulphury smell is gone, the beer is perfectly good to drink. But if beer is skunked, then it's not, because you've got hops in there, and that's what's giving it the funny flavour. Anyway, I'll do another episode about that, and I'll explain exactly what's happening, how it happens, and what to watch out for, and how to prevent it. Let's get back to this beer now. This is a bottle of Peroni Nastro Azzuro. Nastro Azzuro means blue ribbon in Italian. As I say, I've tried this on numerous occasions, and unfortunately the last time I reviewed it, it was skunked. So I'm hoping that this is not going to be skunked. This is actually brewed in Italy, because I can see on here it's got the word Roma on it. This is really, really a good beer if you get it right. I've drank it on numerous occasions. Drink it quite a lot in Italian. If ever me and the missus go to an Italian restaurant, there used to be one down in not too far from us. We used to go there, and we used to always, well, I always used to get a pint of Peroni, because they've done it on draft, and it's quite nice on draft. No nasty skunky flavours, nothing like that. Okay, this is a 330ml bottle. It is 5%. It is an Italian premium beer. This is probably one of the biggest beers in Italy. and I think it's 5%. I don't think it actually says on here what the percentage is, but I'm pretty sure it's 5%. And yeah, this is a revisit of Peroni, so hopefully this isn't skunked. It shouldn't be, because it was in that box. So let's get it open and let's see what's going on. Right, wish me luck. Please, please don't let it be skunked. No, thankfully not. There's a little sulphury smell on there, but I'd expect that anyway, as I explained earlier. But no, it's not skunked. So this is going to be a proper review. The other one was just me pulling faces and swearing. There's the cap. I'm sure everybody's seen a Peroni cap before. There's a little bit of, when I opened it, there was a little bit of smoke coming out of it. And if you've ever wondered what that is, well, all it is the carbon dioxide that's built up in there. It's trapped. When you open it, the atmospheric pressure is different to the one that's in the bottle, and that rapidly cools down. So it's the equivalent of, you know, when you're cold and you breathe out and you get some smoke as you breathe on your breath. That's what's happening here. There's no mysticism about it at all. It's not a good sign of beer or bad sign of beer. I know, is it Real Ale Craft Beer? He always makes a big point about saying nice bit of smoke on the opening. Doesn't matter a fuck. It's just a chemical reaction with the carbon dioxide. Let's see what's on the nose. Yeah, nice lemon citrus, bit of malt, and not a lot else. Let's get it into the glass. As I say, this glass is dirty. I've tried to clean it, but it's the dishwasher. The curse of the shitty dishwasher strikes again. You can see that on the bottom. I don't know if you can see that. There's loads of bubbles clinging to the side. That is not a good sign. As I always say, if you get that in a pub, hand it back. The glass is dirty. So, on the nose, out of the glass. Yeah, nice, clean, refreshing smell. Nice bit of lemon citrus on there. And yeah, it smells quite nice. Let's get it down the hatch. Cheers. Or is it salute? Salute? Saluto. Salute, they say in Italy. I don't know, I can't speak Italian. Yeah. Now that's what it should taste like. That's the Peroni I know. Nice clean flavour. Slight lemon citrus on there from the hops in there. Big biscuit malt finish on it. Very nice, very smooth, very refreshing. Yeah, it's nice. I don't know what hops they're using on that, but there is a slightly earthy. That's what they're using. They're using Italian maize. Right, so it's 5.1%. I said 5% earlier. It's 5.1, and they put maize on there. Right, maize is a bit of a sort of a cheap ingredient. It's a substitute for malt, and in countries, especially like Mexico and them hot countries where there isn't an abundance of malt, they sometimes, you know, the grain bill is weighted up with maize. That's an adjunct, usually used on mass-produced beers. To be honest, it doesn't really make a difference to this. This is perfectly acceptable. It's in no way, not in the same league as the German stuff, the German Helles, but it's okay. I mean, it's perfectly acceptable. Goes nice with Italian food. I love, you know, having a bit of pizza or something in this, washing it down. If I'm having a barbecue and I can find them, I'll have cans of Peroni. I'm really wary about buying bottles of Peroni that have not been put in the boxes, because because they will skunk like you don't want to know. But this hasn't, and it's quite nice. Yeah, perfectly acceptable. Not doing anything wrong. One up on, you know, the Stella that's brewed over here. I'm pretty sure this has been brewed in Italy because it's got Italian writing on it, and yeah, the bottles are Italian. I don't know whether they brew this over here or not, but this I know it's got aroma stamp on it, so it's been made in Rome. There's better Italian beers out there, we'll say that. The Menabrea is a really nice one, and they use all malt, and it's all their own special malt that they use to brew their stuff, and that's a better pint than this, but this isn't too bad at all. Very nice, going down nice, very refreshing. So what's the verdict? These would be a good brewery if they didn't use green bottles. I'm not going to have a rant about green and clear bottles, but you've got to be really careful about buying this. If you buy these from a supermarket and they've been sat on the shelf underneath the light, if you go to one of these dodgy corner shops, you're bound to get a skunked bottle. I know the one round the corner, both shops, they've been sat under lights in the refrigerator and they absolutely stink. This hasn't. This was in a box. If you can get it in a box, get it. It's nice. I think it cost me just over £4 for 4 bottles, and it's perfectly acceptable. It doesn't do anything amazing, but it is quite nice. Now the thing is, if you want to have this and, you know, leave it out in the sun, that is going to skunk even in a glass like that. So you've got to be pretty nifty when you're drinking this stuff. But that's not just Peroni, that is all lager. So just bear that in mind. Anyway, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. It's a nice beer, but I'm going to knock marks off because it's in green bottles. There is absolutely no excuse for that. I've bought quite a few. They've all been skunked. I've poured them down the sink, and there is no excuse for that in this day and age. It's just marketing. That's all it is. It doesn't cost any more to put it in a brown bottle. So you're getting 6 out of 10. Would I recommend it? I'll recommend it if you can get it in a box or a can. Don't buy single bottles on their own that have just come out of a fridge. 9 times out of 10, you're going to get skunky flavours. And I will do an episode about skunky flavours, how to detect it, how to prevent it, and how to avoid it. And remember, beer is working class champagne.